evening, good evening, good evening. So we're here in Catch and Arrival Studios with Miss Natasha Chambers Collins. How you doing this evening, Miss Collins?
Hi everyone, I'm doing great, thank you.
So,
Thank you for having me.
you're more than welcome. You know, it's nice having you here. So, we hear that you are a gospel artist.
Well, I wouldn't really consider myself a gospel artist yet. I mean, if the Lord opens the way for me to be that, then that'll be great. But I love the Lord and I just love singing about Him.
Okay. So, what made you decide to want to go into doing music?
Well, if I'm going to be honest about it, I have a husband and his name is Tafari Collins, and he has a music production company, and he really loves it, and he's been looking for consistent artists, and they haven't been very consistent, so he threw me in the booth and said, "You're going to do this."
Well, why gospel though?
Well, because I love the Lord and I'm not going to do any other type of music.
Okay. And how did you get your start into gospel music?
Well, I'm a church kid. Well, from the very beginning, I mean, I obviously, I'm from Brooklyn, and I had a little,
Shout out to BK.
shout out to BK Flatbush. So I had my little backsliding, rebellious era, but for the most part, I was born in the church. I grew up in the church. I love the church. I love church music, and I come from a musical background. My family is, they're all musically inclined, and
Oh, is that a Jimmy Cliff shirt I see you got on over there though?
it is a Jimmy Cliff shirt and actually he's actually in my bloodline. To be honest with you, so he is, shout out to may he rest in peace. But the harder they come, the harder they fall.
Oh, so you have family members that's in the music, or previously in music.
I do. I like to say, like the Apostle Paul of the saints, I'm the least. So they can sing, they can hear music, they can play music, and I'm the least of them. But I just pray that the Lord uses me to reach people. My uncle, his name is Otis Wright, a well-renowned artist, gospel artist in Jamaica.
He's a reggae artist.
I love that man from Galilee. He's a gospel artist.
Okay.
And pastor, and I grew up under his tutelage. So he's very musically inclined, and grew up in the church, and he would get the young people together and help us to sing and give us our parts to do harmonies, and I will always mess it up. So he would say, you have a nice voice, but you can't sing. So that stuck with me for a lot of years, that I have a nice voice, but I can't sing.
So I see that you put out 2 songs already. One of them, I guess your first song, you go by the name of "I'll Be Waiting."
Song, I'll Be Waiting, which is it wasn't the first song that we recorded, but it was the first song that we put out. I'll Be Waiting. It is an original song. My husband had a group, and I co-wrote with them the song I'll Be Waiting many years ago, and obviously it was dedicated to a different genre. And when we decided to do our own project, the Lord helped me to rewrite the song and rededicate it to Him.
Okay. Then your second song is "He Understands."
He understands every little bit of heartache and pain. Every time I call him, he hears.
Shout out to Janine Collins, no relation, although there could be. The church is Faith International, Harvest, and from Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn again. When I rededicated my life to the Lord, and she would sing, very beautiful voice, and she would always sing that medley, He Understands, and I always tried to get her to record it, and it didn't work out. So I said, "Oh, you're not going to record it? I'm going to record it."
Okay. Shout out to Janine.
Yes.
I hear the song. It's a very nice song.
I loved it from the beginning.
The beat has a reggae flow behind it.
Shout out to Alan Doyle. I don't know him as Alan Doyle. I know him as Tom, but he killed that track. He did it. It's original, like from the very beginning. He just laid out everything. It's awesome, and I love it.
So you put that song out a couple of days ago, and what was the reason why you chose that time to release that song? I mean, I know that you're trying to get traction for the first song. Normally, people would put a lot of attention behind the first song, but what made you choose to put out the song right now? You know,
Right after Thanksgiving, right?
yeah.
So I'm gonna be vulnerable for a second. I put out "I'll Be Waiting," and of course, I just put it out expecting like you put it out and it's gonna go crazy and blow. And not to say that it didn't. It's a very good song, but I didn't get a lot of feedback from it. And also, knowing that that wasn't really my dream, I said maybe it's not for me, because remember that thing is still with me, that I have a nice voice but I can't sing, so maybe I just can't sing. Well, my uncle, so I can probably say he's biased because he's my uncle, but he's also into music. His name is Rupert Gryan, and he just texted me out of the blue and was just like, hey, I listened to that song, I'll Be Waiting. He said, I listen to it every day. I love it. Where's the rest? And I told him, I said, thank you for that encouragement, because I didn't think anyone was listening. But even if one person is listening, I think it's worth it, because just like Jesus, he left the 99 for the one. And if just one soul comes to the Lord because of my music, then heaven still rejoices.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. That's a good outlet. I appreciate that. Well, thank you to your Uncle Rupert.
Thank you, Uncle Rupert.
Because of you, now we have the other song that's out there now, and hopefully there's a lot of traction from it, and you're able to build your momentum, and we see and hear a lot more from you and your music.
There's a lot more coming. Shout out to Kanai Finch, how dear me. He was in the studio with me for a lot of hours. Like, that guy is a perfectionist, and he recorded both songs, I'll Be Waiting and He Understands, and he's recorded so much more. So we have a lot more coming out. We're not going to stop.
Well, thank you for this interview.
Thank you, and shout out to COA Cash on Arrival. Shout out to Tone. I don't want to call out his government because he ain't put his government out there. So shout out to Tone, who's also making them beats, and he's recording, and he's a part of the company. He's like the right hand man of the company too, along with my husband Tafari Collins. So shout out to everybody who's really working to make this project a success.
All right.
Thank you.
Can't wait to hear more.
God bless you guys.